Hi there! In this video, we are going to be adding and subtracting fractions with denominators that are multiples of the same number. It may help to watch the video about adding and subtracting fractions with the same denominator first. Let's have a reminder about fraction vocabulary. The denominator is the number on the bottom of the fraction. It tells us how many equal parts the whole is divided into. The numerator is a number at the top of the fraction. It tells us how many equal parts we have. So for 2/5, the whole has been divided into 5 equal parts and we have 2 of them. When we add or subtract fractions, we need them to have the same denominator. This is called a common denominator. If fractions that we are adding or subtracting do not have the same denominator, we cannot complete the calculation until a common denominator has been found. Let's have a look at an example. 1/4 add 3/8. Because they have different denominators, we need to find a common denominator before we can add them. We look for the lowest common multiple of the denominators. The lowest common multiple is the lowest multiple of both numbers. To find the lowest common multiple of 4 and 8, we can list the multiples of each number to find the multiples that are the same. So, common multiples of 4 and 8 are 8, 16, 24, 32, and so on. The lowest of these common multiples is 8. Because one of the denominators is a multiple of the other, 8 is a multiple of 4, it means we only need to change one of the fractions for them to have a common denominator. Always remember to check if one of the fractions you are adding or subtracting has a denominator that is a multiple of the other, because it will make your calculation quicker and easier to complete. Now we know that we need both fractions in our calculation to have the denominator 8. We need to find the equivalent fraction in eighths of 1/4. We can find an equivalent fraction by multiplying the numerator and denominator by the same number. We know we need the denominator to be 8, so we've had to multiply 4 by 2 to get 8. Because we've multiplied the denominator by 2, we need to multiply the numerator by 2. 1 multiplied by 2 equals 2, so 1/4 is equivalent to 2/8. We can check this with fraction bars. 1/4 means that the whole is divided into 4 equal pieces, and we have 1 of them. 2/8 means that the whole bar is divided into 8 equal pieces, and we have 2 of them. We can see from the fraction bars that 1/4 and 2/8 are equivalent. If you need a reminder about finding equivalent fractions, there is another video that can help you. Now we can change our calculations so that we are adding fractions with common denominators. 1/4 add 3/8 becomes 2/8 add 3/8. Remember, when we add fractions with the same denominators, we just add the numerators and the denominator stays the same. 2 add 3 equals 5, so 2/8 add 3/8 equals 5/8. This gives us our answer. 1/4 add 3/8 equals 5/8. Now let's look at a subtraction calculation. Is one of the denominators a multiple of the other? 10 is a multiple of 5. If we find the equivalent 10th fraction of 3/5, we will have a calculation with a common denominator. If we want the denominator to be 10, we need to multiply 5 by 2. Because we have multiplied the denominator by 2, we need to multiply the numerator by 2. 3 multiplied by 2 equals 6. That means that 3/5 is equivalent to 6/10. Now we've got a calculation with a common denominator. 6/10 subtract 3/10. 6 subtract 3 equals 3, so 6/10 subtract 3/10 equals 3/10. This means that 3/5 subtract 3/10 equals 3/10. Now it's your turn to have a go. Remember to check if one of the fractions has a denominator that is a multiple of the other. Pause now while you answer the questions. How did you get on? Check your answers. 1/3 add 3/6 equals 5/6. 9/10 subtract 1/5 equals 7/10. 3/4 subtract 7/12 equals 2/12. This answer can also be simplified to 1/6. 2/3 add 5/9 equals 11/9, which equals 1 2/9. Are these statements true or false? Prove your answer. Pause now while you solve the challenge. How did you get on? Check your answers. 7/8 add 1/4 equals 8/12 is false. The person has added the numerators, 7 add 1 equals 8, and the denominators, 8 add 4 equals 12, instead of finding a common denominator and adding the fractions. 7/8 add 1/4 equals 9/8 or 1 1/8. 2/3 subtract 1/6 equals half is true. 2/3 is equivalent to 4/6. 4/6 subtract 1/6 equals 3/6. 3/6 is equivalent to 1/2. I hope this video has helped you to add and subtract fractions with denominators that are multiples of the same number. If you're still looking for more maths help, we have lots of these videos on the Twinkl website, so make sure to check them out. Thank you for watching.